Hi, Roses. If you're new, I'm Rosie, and roses are red. So, you came to this reading for Pisces energy, and I'm going to get right into it. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising, or this could be someone else you're watching for who's a Pisces. Pisces somewhere else in your chart. And the vibe I'm getting is I don't know if you're able to handle all that your person has in store, or if it's not a person, then it's what you're manifesting. It's like the one thing that you're gonna have to focus is being able to handle everything that's coming towards you. Getting yourself ready and prepared to be loved, to be adored, to be rich, to be wealthy, to know what to spend this money on. I feel overwhelmed by it. Yeah, that's here. I feel like, yeah, you're very diligent and to keep it going. You could be someone who works in the industry. You have adjustable and flexibility. So right now it seems like it's important for you to stay strong and be flexible when it comes to this energy. Like, don't feel like you need to be stuck on one type of thought or pattern because things are changing. And then you have callous here, like someone getting hard. But I don't mean it like that. Maybe that is the case, but I feel like the hardness is coming from you working out or playing an instrument or just learning how to handle something. But hard is coming out, hard working. And then you have neglectful, careless. I feel like the callousness is coming from maybe you dealing with the same type of energy over and over, and then you just get really used to it. The point is, it's not going to be hard in the long run. It's hard to some extent because it's difficult when you first start, but it's going to get really easy for you. Even if it is an instrument you're playing, sometimes when you're practicing an instrument, if you're being taught by a music teacher, a lot of times they have you do music theory, and it's a while before you actually touch the instrument. They want you to understand like what you're getting yourself involved with. For some of y'all, I feel like whatever this is that you're getting yourself involved with, you haven't even begun to touch the instrument. But once you do, you're gonna know exactly what you're working with. You're gonna be able to handle the power. Explosive, I'm hearing. Okay, so let's see what's going on with diligence. The diligence is being clarified by someone who's working and not necessarily getting paid or doesn't feel like they're being appreciated. By the time your appreciation comes around, you're not even going to be expecting it. You're like, it's a little too late for all that. Like, you're on so many levels beyond having to be thanked. You're not looking for an apology. It's like, yeah, that's what I'm getting. The flexibility could be, okay, you can open your heart. Like, you have to close your heart and be callous and hard in your heart to some extent. But when this energy comes in and it wants to talk and it wants to be social again, even though you were in a hermit mood, you can talk to people. Like, you don't have to hold a grudge. It's very clear that this energy is very sexual. You could be someone who is having children or dealing with the potential to become a mother. Or maybe these are two opposites, like being flexible and being callous is opposite. And also when you're dealing with children, you do have to remain callous and hard sometimes. But with this flexibility is like, whatever goes, whatever floats your boat. But I feel like there's a need for you to have some ground rules and focus on what you will and will not tolerate. Do it right now, because in the future it's gonna be like a waterfall with this energy flowing in, and wolf spelled backwards is flow. I don't know who that's for, but there was a lot of energy about wolves and being surrounded by wolves, and then there was a lot of energy of flow. Like you being in a flow and energy flowing towards you, money, prosperity, abundance flowing towards you, and just having rules that you're just so used to that you can let go and know that everything's being taken care of and respected. Not so many rules that you're rigid and flexible. The Tower card, I'm going to take that in reverse because I do feel like there's something special about the fact that this card came in upside down. Like, it's almost like this is going to be easy. And, like, I'm seeing someone being erect, or almost like your building being erected. Like, you could be building a new home, or you have a new stamina, or a new way of being exposed to elements that doesn't bother you as much. It doesn't offend you as much. So that's really good. That's really positive. Energy coming towards you. And then you have the Eight of Air. You could have felt trapped in some way before. Like, people had you up against a wall when it comes to the way you were serving. People had you up against a wall. Like, you had to perform for them. And you couldn't make a mistake. You couldn't step on the eggshells accidentally, or something was going to blow up. But now I feel like, I don't know, let's see what's going on next. But I do feel like something has changed about that. Like, you learn how to be flexible in the sense that you really don't offend people. Like, you learn to navigate those eggshells like it was a minefield. And now it's just almost like a football player that studied ballet. Whereas what they say, like, you should be hard and tough. You really are limber. And then you have King of Water here. Yeah, very emotional. And aware of your emotions, like a grown man that can cry. I don't know, maybe someone needs to cry. But I'm also feeling like, don't be afraid of depression. If you need to cry, it's okay. But there was a vibe earlier of somebody desperately trying to make you sad. And it's like an attack of depression. But, you know, if you're not afraid to be sad, then it's not really an attack. It's like, oh, okay, tears. I'm not exactly sad, but yeah, those are tear ducts. Okay, so let's move on. Yeah, like, almost like someone can navigate their own feelings. Almost like, okay, so like if a guy kisses another guy as a prank, like he kissed him on the cheek or whatever, even if it is the lips, this man's so secure that it doesn't mean he's gay all of a sudden. It's just like, oh yeah, lips. You just crossed my boundary. It's definitely a boundary there that you crossed, but I'm not offended. You know, this person has issues or whatever, but it doesn't ruin my entire day. So, okay. You have Four of Wands. It's a marriage and a celebration. There's so much to celebrate here. And I feel like it is your ability to be mature. Your emotions have matured so much. Maybe in the past you would have punched somebody in the face if they crossed your boundaries. Or just been really pissed off and start plotting and scheming ways to get revenge on them. And that could have just took you way off track. And now you're, you know, in this evil energy. But I feel like you've matured to the point where you can say, okay, instantly, you know, this person has issues. They want attention from someone who can love themselves, and hoping that I'll love them the way I love myself. And even though Jesus tells us to do that, it is kind of crippling to these people who get this love and don't know how to love themselves. So let me know if you're resonating with that. Like, what's going on here? Because it is like you're almost like creating monsters when you give them this unconditional love that they don't even know who they are and what they are, and it's like you're loving a monster. So let me know what you've done with that as far as your maturity, if this is something you're resonating with. But then you have Queen of Water. You have a partner here, I feel like, someone who's helping you to reach that point. And it's not easy all the time. Maybe you do have a lot of people who want to learn from you and just look at you like you know everything. But it seems like you have a partnership, even if that partnership is Christ. That was over 2,000 years ago, if we're counting right. Fingers and toes. 2,025 years ago, or I don't know. A lot has had to have changed since then. And the last time we heard we should love our neighbors as ourselves, and we should love God with all our heart and strength. So what's next? But that's what I'm getting. Like, you know what's next because you follow Christ and you're close to God. And it could just be sitting on your throne and loving everything that comes towards you. And maybe that love is burning a hole. Maybe it's burning a hole straight through them because they can't handle it. So I don't know. For some of y'all, it's like You can handle God's love, and for some people, they can't handle it. But that's the vibe I'm getting with this reading. If there's something you're resonating with, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.